What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., natural born thriller. Welcome everyone to WWE NXT Review, the show from um, November 28th, 2018. I'm just trying to fix something up here before I get started. So yeah, what I'm about to do right now is to give you my review about how far I saw NXT from from San Jose, California. I meant to say, excuse me. They were not at full sale for this event, in Winter Park, Florida, you know. But your commentators were Nigel McGuinness, Vic Joseph, and Percy Watson. There was no Mauro Ranallo. They're doing this whole thing of uh, at assignment once again, whatever that means every time. Right now I'm about to select an option here, what to use here. So just give me one moment. Maybe I should use this. Yeah, maybe use this one. What pertains to NXT. So there we go. So yeah, what we're about to do right now is to go through what happened on NXT from last week basically, and I apologize for not doing it from that week. But it's a new week now, and on top of that, those things that was going on with me, not gonna get much into it. Nothing too personal. It's just something that I just couldn't keep up, basically. So here we go. So the opening match to start NXT was, and yeah, that's nothing. Coming off of this week's Raw, or should I say last week's Raw? Coming off of last week's Raw all time. NXT, and they open up for a match. What are the odds? Something that Monday Night Raw should be taking notes about, where it pertains to open up their shows every Monday night. But on the every Wednesday night on NXT, they open up for a match. What a concept, huh? But anyways, yes. So we get 1 and 2. 1, Orton Dawkins. 2, Danny Burch. Yeah, that's the thing, by the way. 1, 2. 1, 2. That's their thing. So Orton Dawkins does the whole finger and hand gesture, and they got Danny Burch who does the 2-finger gesture. And they go up against the Mighty, Shane Thorne and Nick Miller. Match itself was pretty good, back and forth tag team action, and then in the end, we got 1 and 2 going over. Orton Dawkins going over, I believe on, if I can guess, either Nick Miller in the match. But yeah, but after the match, the Mighty ends up attacking 1, 2, adding insult to injuries. Basically being up on Danny Burch and being up on Orton Dawkins, taking him to the ring post spot 2 times. And basically the Mighty, they may have lost the match, but they won the fight afterwards. So I guess basically a win up on 1, 2. So there you go. And the crowds were into the match too, and they're also into the Mighty being heels. And yeah, there you go. And they also at one point chanted to the Mighty, "They still suck," But or should I in that quote, "You still suck." So, but yeah, the crowds were very good. NXT crowds, obviously. Next we get to, then we get to Kairi Sane, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai. They were being interviewed about what happened from NXT TakeOver War Games 2, where it pertains to the NXT Women's Championship 12 Falls with Shayna Baszler, the NXT Women's Champion at the time. Is the NXT Women's Champion. So Kairi Sane says, where it pertains to Shayna Baszler, that she's not finished with her yet, and based on what they did too, by the way, I could definitely tell it's not over yet. And then Dakota Kai said that Shayna Baszler, she doesn't like her, obviously, because of their history. I'll never forget that too, by the way, folks. It's ridiculous how they had Dakota Kai, being, what's the word? I got that's blanking. A sympathetic figure, basically. And she's being bullied and everything, which makes no sense in wrestling, but whatever. But yeah, it also pertains to well, just come in Duke, I meant to say. Duke's, no, that's not how you say your last name. And Marina Shirai. Maria. Sorry, I was distracted outside for some reason. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, the 3 women of the 4 horsewomen, and one of them is who's on the main roster, Ronda Rousey, who's the biggest star out of the 4 horsewomen of MMA. But anyways, so the Io Shirai explains her why she was there, because she's got to be there for her best friend, Kairi Sane. And then they also said that the three that the 3 of them wants to come up against the other 3, which is Shayna Baszler, Jessica Mendu, and Maria Shafari. And obviously that's based on what they did at Takeover. That was going to be the next feud, the next thing that was going to be happening moving forward, and now we're going to be seeing that. So turns out we get the return of EC3. EC3. That's how he does it too, by the way. He's been doing it in TNA as well, but still. But he goes up against Marcel Bartel. And this match, basically, Marcel had his own entrance. He's got a good look as a wrestler. And he's from Germany. Yeah, so Marcel Bartel is having a match against EC3, and it was a good match. EC3 and Marcel Bartel had some good chemistry in the match. And basically Barcel, he did ability to back driver and spin in mid-air and drop EC3. I'm like, good. EC3 kicks out of it, of course. In the end, EC3 gets the win with the 1%er, or the top 1% basically, which is the TKO. But again, they should call it the TK3, like Impact Wrestling did, whatever. But anyways, but the match itself was pretty damn good. Back and forth action, like I said, between EC3 and Marcel Bartel. Bartel. I'm gonna say, excuse me. So yeah, Marcel Bartel. He's going to. I think he on NXT, and if WWE wants to, they can also have him be wrestling on NXT UK as well. He's also part of that European culture. So, but yeah. Anyway, EC3 coming back, and he's looking good. Coming back from I guess you could say a kayfabe injury that that EC3 will suffer from Undisputed Era, namely Bobby Fish. Speaking of which, EC3 cut a promo, and he talks about how he was taken out by Undisputed Era, but they didn't finish the job. And then he talks about Bobby Fish for going after him. Talk about he's not here to come back for basically he's come back to get even. He's basically as of right now is some of the line of an eye for an eye and a leg for a leg, and he said but he wants the head, the leg, and everything from Bobby Fish. It's gonna be a feud between Bobby Fish and EC3. We gotta see how that turns out. But at the same time, EC3's got to also deal with the rest of the Undisputed Era members. Which that's something he's got to look all over his shoulders, watch his back and all that, and all that. So basically, he says he's undisputedly at on the top 1%. And there you go. That was a promo. So yeah, I thought it was a solid promo from EC3. He's always been cutting some hit and miss promos. To me, I always think they're always some hit promos, especially when it pertains to him being in TNA, Impact Wrestling, which I want to say. And he always delivers some good promos during those times. And WWE right now, he's got work through it too. Basically, basically where it pertains to bullet points. And also sometimes it can be scripted, not too scripted. But once you get to the main roster, I think he's gonna do well where it pertains to scripted promos. If the creative teams got something good to do other than come up with some bad writings, But we'll see. But other than that, EC3 he was doing good on this promo, where it pertains to delivered it to his up-and-coming feud against Bobby Fish from Undisputed Era. So we see Keith Lee warming up for his main event match against Lars Sullivan, and we'll get to that more of that later. Vanessa Bourne versus Mia Yim. So Mia Yim is coming off after losing her battles, her match against Bianca Belair, which I believe was about 2 weeks ago, I believe, or 3 weeks ago. I think it was about 3 weeks ago that happened. But either way, so yeah, Mia Yim is coming off of losing against Bianca Belair, and she goes up against Vanessa Bourne. Now the question is, did Mia Yim end up winning them? End up answering after her loss against Bianca Belair? The answer is yes, because she's facing Vanessa Bourne. Vanessa Bourne, and let's be honest, when was the last time Vanessa Bourne has ever won a match on NXT? I'll wait. You know what's going to answer? Well, I'm not expecting anyone to answer anyways. I don't know what's up in this morning for me to do this live video anyways. But anyways, never. Other than what, last year, just to qualify to the Mae Young Classic tournament from last year's tournament. Yeah, that's the only time she's won the match on NXT. Other than that, she has not won any match on NXT. Unless there's some house show that I don't know of that she may have won there. But other than that, she has not won anything on NXT ever since been fully signed to WWE, to be fully signed to the brand of NXT. So yeah, Vanessa Bourne has not been winning any matches, but at the same time, she did look good in the match too, though. And they did a spot here where Vanessa Bourne was getting close to the apron. She was on the ropes basically. Mia Yim pulls her, and she grabs the ring skirt. Referee goes to fix it up, and then Vanessa Bourne pokes the eye, rigged the eye, wherever she did to Mia Yim to get the advantage, and referee didn't see that, and that's how you cheat. Taya Valkyrie, where it pertains to Tessa Blanchard cheated at Bound for Glory. The fuck out here with that bullshit. And it's not Taya Valkyrie's fault, by the way. It's Impact Wrestling's fault for telling her to say that. Where it pertains to the story about how Taya Valkyrie lost to Tessa Blanchard from Bound for Glory 2018, where Tessa Blanchard beat her fair and square, and she didn't use any shortcuts to win. But Vanessa Bourne tried to use some shortcuts here to win a match against Mia Yim, but it failed miserably because in the end Mia Yim ends up beating her anyways, and she goes for the eat defeat. And by the way, the way that Vanessa Bourne took the move, she took it when after Mia Yim goes for the eat defeat, Vanessa Bourne hops up and bam, falls back like how Scott Hall did when he took the Stone Cold Stunner from Stone Cold Steve Austin for WrestleMania 18. So yeah, I thought that was a good overselling of Vanessa Bourne of losing effort against Mia Yim. We get something about the War Raiders their injury update after their match from Takeover War Games, from the War Games match that they had for Undisputed Era. So basically, it hasn't been revealed yet, and we don't know which of them is hurt. By the looks of it, I think it's Hansen is hurt, but again, nothing fully has been confirmed yet. But they will keep us updated about that situation, because they're hoping that it's just a minor injury, and hopefully it's not too seriously. Hopefully it's not too seriously. That way the Warriors can, unless they make an injury, so they could hold off on Undisputed Era versus Warriors for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Maybe till we get too close to either Royal Rumble weekend or maybe close to WrestleMania weekend. I don't know what they're doing with that, but we'll see what pertains to that. But if it is that, we'll see how it turns out. But we'll see how serious it is. So, and we'll find out the main truth of it too behind it. Then we get to Lars Sullivan. He gets warmed up for this match against for his upcoming match against Keith Lee, and we'll get to that momentarily. And he pushes the gate fence, where it pertains to driving your cars through or whatever. So basically he was ready. Then we get to NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa cutting a promo at some kind of location that he's at, from himself. And he says before he left, he said he wanted to come back to be one of the most toughest son of a bitch. But he didn't say son of a bitch. He said SOB. But he says also if he could capture the NXT championship, the NXT title, which he named it Goldie. He basically named it Goldie because the belt is made of gold, so makes sense. But then he says he also wanted to prove that he could be one of the greatest sports entertainers of all time. He's really going overboard with his sports entertainers because he's in the sports entertainment business in WWE. So whatever. And it says next on the next NXT show that he's going to be on, follow Ciampa's lead. He wants the fans to follow his lead. So we'll see what happens with that one too. So I gotta guess what's gonna happen, but I can't be certain yet until we get to it. But basically, I have no answer for it right now because it's to me in my mind it's a mystery. It's a mystery to figure it out what could this lead to. So I don't know. Maybe also Black. He might go after Tommaso Ciampa after his win over Johnny Gargano. And also he could also get the title back on that that Johnny Gargano cost him in the first place. So yeah, that's I guess in a way I kind of figured it out right there. But we'll see. We'll see if it's that. But I digress. Now the main event match: Keith Lee versus Lars Sullivan. This match, two big men going at each other, back and forth, and this was a damn good match. Basically, Keith Lee was very impressive as always. Lars Sullivan, he was solid. He was pretty solid. Two powerhouse guys going at each other. Keith Lee was doing some high flying moves in the match, especially where it pertains to hopping over the ropes and all that. But then basically, Keith Lee, he's done it before in the Indies, but to see him do it on NXT here, it was impressive. Doing basically throwing himself over the ropes out on the outside to Lars Sullivan, twisting his body around like a cross screw, a body splash onto basically on Lars Sullivan. Nice the way it was done. Brings him back into the ring. Then goes for into the ring to go for a moonsault off the second rope, but misses. And then Lars Sullivan capitalizes on it by going for the freak accident, and gets and shockingly, Lars Sullivan gets the 3 count and the win over Keith Lee. I was blown away. I was like in complete shock. I'm like, wait a minute. So Lars Sullivan gets a win over Keith Lee, where WWE is promoting that Lars Sullivan is going to be coming to either Raw or SmackDown. These video vignettes of him making his debut. Make his debut to TLC, but which one he's going to be featuring to be at, Raw or SmackDown. And I thought in this case he was going to pull over Keith Lee on his way out, but that's not happening at all. Lars Sullivan is going over Keith Lee here, and I'm like, wow, I'm shocked. I don't know what to make out of this other than I still enjoy the match either way. But Keith Lee lost his first match against Lars Sullivan. To me, this is on the same effect that I felt when EC3 lost against Johnny Gargano, and that was EC3's first loss on NXT. So yeah, I'm completely shocked. I was shocked with Gargano beating EC3 when EC3 had his first loss on NXT, and now the same thing here with Keith Lee, where he suffered his first loss against Lars Sullivan here. You know what? And I wasn't with EC3 I was kind of a little upset with that one, but by the same time I still wasn't shocked there because it was unpredictable. Same thing here with Lars Sullivan beating Keith Lee here. It was unpredictable. And didn't expect that happened, and sure enough, there you go. Unlike on that Raw, everything that you see coming is very predictable. So sometimes they do a curveball at you sometimes, but but you rarely get that. But yeah, there you go. And Lars Sullivan looks strong, and there you go. I got nothing to say other than that. So yeah, tomorrow wrestling for NXT. I believe it was 4 matches. Yep, 4 matches. 4 matches for NXT, and my overall rating for the show for WWE NXT from November 28th, 2018. I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10. Sure that? No, in fact, I'll go 8.5 out of 10. Damn good show. Better than Monday Night Raw. It was also better than SmackDown, but I thought SmackDown, still was better than Raw. And even 205 Live was better than Monday Night Raw. In fact, like I said before, we're retaining some of my review from SmackDown Live. Anything could be better than watching on Monday Night Raw at this point. Even a rerun of Drake and Josh, a rerun of Zoe 101, a rerun of iCarly, excuse me, a rerun of Drake and Josh. Oh, I already mentioned that. A rerun of Kenan and Kel. A rerun of what's the other show? The Amanda Show. A rerun of Victorious is more watchable than Monday Night Raw. And I think it's called this. I forgot what's the name of that show. The show that Drake the rapper was in. Degrassi. I think I'll say the show right. Even that show is more a rerun of that show basically is more watchable than Monday Night Raw. Gilmore Girls is more a rerun of Gilmore Girls is more watchable than Monday Night Raw. A rerun of Everybody Loves Raymond. A rerun of That 70s Show. A rerun of 2.5 Men. A rerun of what's another good rerun show? Big Bang Theory is more watchable than Monday Night Raw. Just saying. And also what pertains to watching NXT is more watchable than Monday Night Raw, in my opinion. Nowadays, basically. So there you go. And that being said, folks, thank you all for watching. Yes, I was on my burial of Monday Night Raw because Monday Night Raw fucking sucks. Fuck Raw. And that being said, thank you all for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., Natural Born Thriller. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, please subscribe to me right now. If you enjoyed this review, you could give it a thumbs up, or you can give it a thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But that being said, you all take care. And I'll see you all later on with my Impact Wrestling review. But for now, peace on the streets.